Hey guys, welcome to my first gaming challenge video where I will attempt to beat Choo Choo Charles without any upgrades. This is absolutely possible as it's already been done by YouTuber David Barron. But I'd like to see how I do with this particular challenge, hence the title, Can I Beat? In this game, you must navigate an island by train, completing various NPC quests, collecting 3 spider eggs, and fending off attacks by a demonic spider train named Charles. In order to help you, you collect pieces of scrap to upgrade your train's speed, damage, and armor, as well as collecting additional weapons from specific NPCs. But we won't be doing that. Overall, it wasn't too difficult as I played on classic mode. I don't even want to think what this will be like on nightmare mode. But it was still hectic due to the unpredictability of Charles, and it took a bit longer to do for a reason I will tell later. There's only one rule for this challenge. I am not allowed to upgrade the train in any way, either by improving its stats or collecting the other weapons. But I can still collect the paint cans. The only thing I can spend scrap on is healing the train. The stats must stay at level 1, and I am only allowed to use the machine gun. The game opens with us talking over the phone with our friend Eugene, who wants us to come help kill Charles. Why they can't band together and do it themselves is anyone's guess. It's a little disappointing that there's no title appearance after the opening cutscene. The rest of the start goes the usual way. Eugene takes us to Aeronerum, tells us what the train will be using, we sprint up to the train shed, get the key for the door, head inside, shoot the gun a few times, crash through the door dramatically, then have our first encounter with Charles, which leads to the most tragic scene in the game. And Eugene dies. After paying my respects to our fallen comrade, poor Eugene, he died doing what he loved, getting mauled by demon spider trains. And checking the map, I headed on my way. I decided to do the island in sections as I planned to do this challenge over multiple days. Day 1, I would do the bottom section. Day 2, I would do the middle section. Day 3, I would do the top section, followed by the final boss fight. This didn't go quite as smoothly as I'd planned for reasons I will state later. I met up with Candace, took her scrap, then continued down the path to Lisbeth, whose voice makes me think of Witch Hazel from Looney Tunes.
Well, hello, darling. I'm making a fresh stew with ingredients from my very own swamp. But I don't have any meat at the moment.
There. That's sharp enough to split a hair. Split a hair?
After a dramatic leap of faith into the lake, Planeptune! I made my way to the small island while keeping an eye on Barry. I recommend sprint wading 2 or 3 steps at a time while watching Barry's splashes. After picking up the fish and delivering it to Lisbeth, I quickly switched the area for scrap before booking it back to the train. Once I actually got my bearings. Back to the train. Reaching the scrap yard, I collected scrap before heading inside to meet Daryl. I'm sorry if hearing me say I picked up scrap gets monotonous. It's just vital I find as much as possible given what I'm doing. I got the lockpicks, picked the chest, brought the drawing to Daryl, then proceeded down to meet our first imported NPC, Helen. She tells us the battle plan before handing over the key to the first mine. Before heading there, I stopped by Sergeant Flint's place. I can't get the flamethrower, but I can still loot the scrap. Then decided to backtrack to Tony Tittle. As we're talking, I hear Charles in the distance.
You must be the archivist that Eugene told us about. We're happy that
Not the time, Charles!
Out of this predicament with Charles and that madman Warren.
Quickly retreating to the train, I decide to run. Fortunately, Charles decided to be nice and leave me alone. I went back to get my scrap, reversed to the junction, patching up the train in the process, then got assaulted by Charles while heading to the mine. After fighting him off, I reached the first mine. Sweeping for scrap, I headed inside to begin the first stealth section. This is one of the parts of the game that is often criticized for not being very good. This mine is luckily very easy once you know what to do. There's only the one guard who patrols in a circular path. Snatching the egg, I made my way out and back to the train. How this guard doesn't notice the egg is missing, I don't know. On day 2, I went about tackling the central part of the island until I realized something partway through. My dumbass forgot to hit record.
F***ing idiot.
And since this game autosaves, I had no way of going back. So after initially deciding to drop the challenge, I was encouraged by my buddy Shane to keep the mistake in for humor, then start it again. We talked to Eugene over the phone, travel to the island, get our train, then meet Charles. This time, I just kept going to save some time. After retracing my steps to each NPC, including visiting the pickle lady who I somehow missed before, getting the mine key, and collecting the first egg, I was pretty much back to where I was. As I was approaching Santiago, I heard Charles. After fending him off, I was about to backtrack to Santiago before seeing where I was. Okay, I can just go backwards. Oh, it's the Slender Man woman. We're already here, so let's take care of her. The fact that the game developer put a Slender Man reference in this game is hilarious. Before actually starting Sasha's quest, I did a quick sweep for scrap. I could have done this after, but I wanted to get it out of the way. I had several close calls with the ghost while trying to get a couple of the pages, but I was lucky enough to avoid getting caught and thrown out of the area, which typically always happens whenever I play this game. After heading the complete wrong direction, I returned the pages and backtracked to Santiago. I accepted his quest and went to retrieve his diary, being spooked by phantom noises in the process. Oop. Did I just hear a train? Get inside. Why he says he hopes we didn't read it is a mystery. Maybe it's his fanfiction journal or something. I was then immediately attacked by Charles as I was about to set off. Once he was gone, I went to the next NPC, encountering what might have been a visual glitch. Did that scrap I saw just glitch out of existence? I did the quest of retrieving Theodore's box, somehow avoiding the cult members. Ah, he did see me. Thought I was going to get away. And these guys don't stop chasing you, so just get to the train and kill them. Don't bother looking back, it'll just slow you down. Hello? Oh, did he just give up? I got the key to the second mine from Greg. I don't know why they haven't given you the north mine key when he's in the central part of the island. Helped clear with the lighthouse, then after deliberating for a moment, I decided to tackle the north mine. I bumped into Charles again, fought him off, then got spooked by him again coming up to the mine. Oh jeez, there he is again. Right as we're coming up to the mine. Fortunately, we should be able to backtrack. Okay, there's the mine. Is he gonna come down? Charles? Okay, looks like he didn't spot us. Failing miserably to be stealthy, I killed the lone guard patrolling outside, swept for scrap, then headed in. I got the egg, but got spotted on the way out, likely because I stopped for a piece of scrap. Fortunately, they decided not to pursue me. With 2 of the 3 eggs in hand, I visited the underside of the bridge that would be blown up at the end before heading into the municipal building to talk to Paul about the final plans to kill Charles.
While our main plan is to summon Charles into a duel and fight him to the death, we've devised a perfect trap as a precaution that may help defeat him. Go attach these remote explosives to each of the support pillars under the wood bridge out there. Then meet me back here.
About your dad. Does he like breathing? Does he like moving? He's not doing either of those. I rigged the bridge with the charges, then got inside as Charles tooted in the distance. Getting the temple key, I headed to the final required NPC to get the 3rd mine key while collecting scrap from the heavy cannon lady and the island's church. Before heading to the mine, I decided to clear out the last optional NPC, potentially attracting Charles in the process. Oh jeez, there he is. Did I lure him in? Did my mating call attract him? Driving him away, I visited Warren L's grave, picked a chest for scrap, then met the final optional NPC, Ronnie. After accepting his quest, which he was clearly too lazy to do himself.
I could scale them myself, but since you're here, go sniff around for those finds. As a reward, you can have one of my useless pieces of scrap. I bet you'd love to have it.
Ronnie, this is Choo Choo Charles, not Mirror's Edge. I scaled the towers and got his precious paperwork, picking up another paint can on the way. As stated in the rules, I can't upgrade the train, but there's no rule against changing the color. Lime. You put the lime in the coconut, you shake it all up. Having now cleared every optional NPC, all that was left was the final mine followed by the final boss battle. But then I did this. And by company I mean a big killer demon spider train. Good thing our character is so athletic. I should have gotten my train first. Having now made myself a sitting target, I desperately raced back to the train, fortunately making it back without issue. I came across the cultist camp where the barrels for Bob are kept and mistakenly triggered the cultists as I was too far forward at the junction. After mowing them down and running one over, Charles appeared nearby but luckily didn't attack. Oh! Move, move, move! Reaching the final mine, I headed in. This one is the trickiest as you have to reach an elevator, go down, get the egg, run to another elevator, exit into a cultist camp that's not near the entrance, then book it to your train, all while being chased by cultists if you can't stealth by them. Not to mention that you also run the risk of being spotted by Charles. This one was eventful. Also, apologies for the shitty graphic performance. Okay, he patrols left to right. So we need to sneak by him as he goes by.
That guy over there.
Never mind.
Take him out.
Going down. Ow. Oh, there's Charles. Ah. There's the egg.
Better hope you're fast.
Yoink! Okay, now I'll get the lift out. Nope. Ow. Going up! There's a paint can in there, but we're not going to bother with it. Charles is nearby. And so the thug. So the gun guys.
We got company.
Run! Run!
Who's that? Blast him.
Ow. Get back here, get inside. I hid in the mine entrance hoping Charles would scurry off somewhere else. As I had no idea how close he was, I threw caution to the wind and ran, making it to the train by the skin of my teeth. Damn it, Charles, go away! Book it. Yep. Ow. Yoink. Hup. Go. Oh, jeez. Get going. Okay, we just made it. After that near brush with death, I drove Charles away for the final time, then went back to the camp where the heavy cannon barrels are found to sweep for scrap. I had almost 400 at this point, which was likely more than enough to last in the final fight with Charles, but I felt it was better to have too much than too little given that the train was not only slow, but didn't take or dish out much damage. Charles did appear nearby. I was not expecting him to show up again so soon. But he thankfully didn't come close enough to attack. Once I was done, I headed to the temple, did a bit of stealth, then booked it to the door to trigger the final fight. And I'll let past Tim take over. Screw you! I'm safe in the cutscene. Hello, Warren.
Don't know what you're doing. Just put the egg down slowly and lay flat on the ground. You'll hurt far too many people if you follow through with whatever you're planning.
Screw you! Hello, Charles. Can't you protect your babies? Oh, jeez. Lag. This is ruining everything. Yep, he mutates. Boom. See ya, Warren. No. Adrenaline takes over. Go. Now we just have to hope we have enough scrap. Shoot until he's dead. And he teleports. He becomes even more supernatural. Oop, where'd he go? See how little damage we're doing with no upgrades and no extra guns? That's where we started. Oop. Oh jeez. Come on, cool off! Where's he? Also, notice the sky changed. Come on! There we go. This fight has phases. Where is it? Where are you, Charles? Oh! It can be all too difficult to lose track of your health. Or I guess I should say, hey, way too easy to get focused on the fight. You end up losing track of your armor count and therefore health. Everything's still at 1. Okay, well, it's got it to have. He backs off. And he comes again. Oop. And he is very fast in this fight. Oop. Okay, I think we should have more than enough. Come on, halfway. There we go. Oh, yes, out of armor. I don't know what the minimum number of scrap you need for this is. Okay, where am I? Where am I in space and time? And we get teleported around the island. Nope. Come on, Charles. Oh jeez, overheats. Come on. Oh jeez. Okay, I lost that fight. Yeah, remember when I said it can be easy to lose track of your health? That's what I did, so I lost the fight and died. Thankfully, we restart from the start of the fights with full scrap. This second time, I actually paid attention to my armor and health, and after a grueling duel between trains, I finally took the demon down. Oh, alright. Okay, I definitely went overboard with the scrap collecting, but it's definitely better to have too much. Patch up with the gun cooldown. There we go. Challenge completed. Now we just watch things blow up. Charles goes flying into the air. Splat. Definitely gonna have to censor that. And there we have it. I completed Choo Choo Charles without ever upgrading my train stats or collecting the other weapons. This was a fun challenge, despite the death near the end. I do recommend trying it out for yourselves if you'd like to shake the game up a bit. I'm also interested to know what the absolute minimum amount of scrap needed is. If you guys liked this, comment down below. Let me know how I did, and if you'd like to see other challenges. Hopefully I'll get my graphics card sorted out so I don't have to subject you to bad visuals. With that, stay chilled.